Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a sort of unique video today because I am bringing you the amazing digital circus sideshow animeminis and explaining why this video took so long to do. When I did the first video, which would have been 30 minutes long, going to the editing process, the video would not seem to download and I couldn't edit it and lost half of the recording. So what we are going to do for this video is that instead of me putting the figures back in the box and me pretending to be surprised on what they are, I am going to show you them all one by one from my least favourite to favourite and give you some hidden details, things I like, and basically things that you would maybe want to know. So let me tell you which figures that are available in this box set. So here are the characters. Obviously, the commons are Pomni, Jax, Kane, Zubul, Kinga, Ragatha and Orbsman, and Bubble and Queenie being the super rares. And here is the first figure of today, which is going to be Zubul. Zubul I do like, but I personally like the fact that you can put her in any pose and they will stand upright. I do think it would have been a much cooler idea if they had got a gangle and put them together like they had been mashed together. But that is just my opinion. Overall, I really do like the Zubul animeminis, so I highly recommend if you could grab the box set, I would, because this is going to be sold out soon. Like I said, I do like the design for Zubul. No matter how you stand them up, they will be standing upright and it will not look like they have just fallen to pieces. So let's move on to the next character of the amazing Digital Circus Animeminis Sideshow box set. And next we have Orbsman, and he is lifting a very heavy weight and he is either sweating or crying. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But I do like the plastic that Orbsman is made out of. As you will see, it is see-through kind of, so you can see where his eyes have been moulded on. And it is a very smooth material, and he's fallen over. Is he alright? Are we checking? Yep, he's all good? Okay, that's good. The weight does help him stand upright, so he will not fall over even if you tried poking him. Even though I think, would he pop? Camera guy, can we check if he pops like a bubble? Is that canon? You don't know? Okay. Well, that will be the end for Orbsman for today. Now let's move on to the next character of this box series. And it is going to be Ragatha. I do like the design for Ragatha. She does come with the most accessories in this set. She comes with herself, obviously, 2 Gloink bowling pins, 1 green and 1 orange, and the legendary bowling ball, which in fairness, I could customize into a boulder for Thomas, but I don't think he's that big. We'll add some Play-Doh on it. But Ragatha does come with a bowling ball, as said, and 2 Gloink pins, and herself. I do like the design for her. She is obviously terrified. She's probably being tortured by Kane and turned into a bowling pin, as she is missing her arms and legs. Hopefully she will get those back soon after she gets us a strike. Now I do like the design for Ragatha. Let me know what you think of her in the comments below. And yet again, this is a reminder to, if you want this box set or any of these animeminis, is to go get them now, because on Glitch Store it still says almost sold out. So that means there may not be many of these left. And it gives us all a very good reason to go to the amazing Digital Circus store and buy more TADC merch, which I will be doing and will be making videos on. But let's move on to the next character, which is Kinga. Here is a fun fact. The YouTuber Endolopolis, if I'm saying that correctly, their Kinga was missing the bottom left flame. But that is not a bad thing. If anything, it makes that Kinga more valuable. But no one's perfect, except from Kinga. Kinga is obviously got the bucket on his head, and for some reason he is on fire, but he is holding a fire hoop with a butterfly on the inside. I'm looking forward to adding Kinga to the shelf and putting him next to my amazing Digital Circus popcorn bucket, which, if you would know, you'd know. So let's move on to the fourth character to nearly end this video off. And this next character, who is supposed to be giving the legal amount of love which is allowed, and is also apparently having a baby and wants us to throw a flipping beach party, is the one and only GOAT of the Amazing Digital Circus. Drumroll please. No? Bubble. Bubble is the rare figure in this collection, and I must say that his design looks absolutely phenomenal, with the camera on top of his head, his tongue balancing him with the top hat. I definitely think that's a hint to something maybe. But Bubble is a wonderful part of this collection, and I definitely do think they went all out with him, with his tongue and the camera. I do think it would have been cool if the camera spins, but that is just me being me. I definitely do recommend getting Bubble if you are lucky enough, and he has also got the same clear plastic as Orbsman. Yep, that's his name. We'll double check that. Can we double check that? It is Orbsman. But let's move on to the Ringmaster, Kane. And I do like the design of Kane all the way to the top of his top hat and the tent-like circus stand that he is standing on. And I do like the fact that his jacket is sparkly. You could not go wrong with Kane. I do think it would be cool if he had removable eyes, so you could give him red and blue eyes like he was when he was glitching out. And let's get a closer look of his sparkly jacket. Or his tuxedo. Do people still call it that? Cameraman, can we double check on that? Alright. But Kane is a phenomenal figure in this set, and he is one of the bigger ones, so he will be pretty big in the bag, and you will feel the weight difference, so you will know when you have Kane. But let's move on to our peeled banana, Jax. And here is ripped skin Jax. This is from the scene where he is getting his skin ripped off, as you can see here. I do like the design of Jax. I definitely do think it looks cool, and I did think at first I had got an egg yolk instead of Jax, but that is me trying to be funny. Jax I definitely do think is a cool design. I do love how it looks, and if you do look under the black squares, you can actually see the lines for where his teeth would be. I definitely do think that is a cool design. Camera guy, can we focus, camera guy? Come on, I pay you good money, you know. Right, there you go. And that is where Jax's teeth would be. Now, I definitely do think Jax is my second favourite figure of this series, but let's move on to my favourite. And if you have been watching my YouTube channel for a while, you would know that is our GOAT, Pomni. I do love the design for Pomni for her sparkly shoes and soft feathers. Her feathers are actually made of a soft, fuzzy material, and her glitter is very sparkly. Her and Kane are the most sparkly out of this box set, and it definitely will be a missed opportunity if you don't get this figure. Now, as I said, the feathers are made of a soft fuzzy material as I feel it here. Camera guy, can we get focused on that? Come on, stop looking at Kinga. As you can see, it is made out of a soft fuzzy material alongside the plastic that is used to make these. And I would say it would be a massive loss if you don't get these figures before they sell out. I do really love the design for Pomni. Pomni is and always will be my favourite character from this show, and nothing will ever change that. But let's move on and get everyone lined up together for the final act of this show. And actually, before we change to the next act, a fun fact I saw with Pomni is that if you look on the golden ring that she is actually in a different pose than the final figure. If you know why Pomni looks different on the box, please sound off in the comments below. I would really like to know why this changed. But unfortunately, this will bring us to the end of this video. Thank you all again for watching. Please drop a comment on which Animeminis was your favourite. It doesn't just have to be from this series. It can be from any of them, not even just Amazing Digital Circus. Let me know in the comments below. And whilst you're down there, please leave a like. That goes such a long way here, and we will appreciate it. Now, next video should be back to long form content, and maybe we might be going back to our Thomas the Tank Engine roots here. But don't worry for any Amazing Digital Circus fans, we will not be moving on from TADC anytime soon. So, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to be kind to each other out there. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.